What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Today's video has me super excited, and let me explain why. Over the last 2+ years here at the channel, we've covered everything pertaining to the MCU. Everything from the official announcements, castings, and trailer reveals, all the way down to industry insider reports, and of course, Hollywood trades. And somewhere in between, some of our favorite content to do with the channel, and as far as I know, some of your favorite as the audience, are the anonymous 4chan and Reddit plot leaks. Now, I keep those, every single one of them, in a file on my computer so that if a new plot leak comes out, I can simply cross-reference it to the old ones and make sure it's not an aggregate of fan fiction. And because most times it is, in every single one of those videos, I've always said the same thing. Take everything from these plot leaks with a grain of salt. Never let them ruin your future Marvel experience, and although occasionally one ends up being right, most of them are fake. Well, today is a little different. One of the very first plot leaks we got from Spider-Man 3 has two huge details that have since been confirmed, one real recently, including the introduction of Doctor Strange into the film to help deal with Spider-Man's problem of having his identity revealed. And again, this plot leak was posted anonymously to Reddit a year ago, way before we had that confirmed. We're going to break down the entirety of that plot leak. I'm going to point out the two details that have now become very real options for the MCU and Spider-Man 3, and we'll reveal the rest of what this said. Considering these two facts may be true now, it definitely warrants a second look, and if anything is true about this plot leak, well, we're going to see the return of a major villain from Far From Home. We're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We're still giving away this insane 1/4 scale Beta Ray Bill, our third and final Infinity Saga box set, and a PlayStation 5. All you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around at the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the text over this video and issue the normal spoiler warning, although I sort of already did in the prologue. Guys, most of these plot leaks are fake. Treat them that way. Use them as entertainment. Take everything that doesn't come from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt. However, this one made me think a lot last night, especially reading back through all of the plot leaks. A lot of them so easily debunkable, and then you read through this one, you see what's happened. Well, let's just start at the beginning. It goes and says that the movie begins with Peter unable to clear his name or prove that he isn't Spider-Man. No mention of a lawyer, and again, this was a year ago when the hype was all surrounding the possibility of Matt Murdock being in Spider-Man 3, and that's what this first sentence pertains to, and sentenced to life in a maximum security prison. At the prison, numerous inmates and even some guards are trying to kill him. Some guards trying to kill Peter Parker. Yeah, good luck, he's still Spider-Man. And Peter finally finds out it's because of a mysterious figure known as the Benefactor who's put a bounty on his head. Eventually, a riot breaks out and Peter is transferred to a completely different prison for his safety. However, on the way to the prison, the vehicle he's on is attacked by Kraven the Hunter, who kills all the prisoners on the bus and fights Peter, though Peter escapes. Kraven has been personally contracted by the Benefactor to try to kill Peter. Peter goes on the run, severing all contact with his friends and family to keep them out of danger. He assembles a homemade suit and begins trying to evade Kraven, who keeps tracking him across New York. The Benefactor is revealed to be none other than Mysterio, who's trying to get Spider-Man, the only witness to his crimes, before he stages his own return. Peter, however, manages to get to a payphone and call Happy, who directs him to a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent named Jessica Drew, who believes that Peter is innocent and willing to help him keep Kraven off his tail. With Drew, Happy also sends Peter the suit from Homecoming, as well as his web shooters. Keep in mind, Jessica Drew, that's the original Spider-Woman. It's revealed that Kraven's last hunt and that he's terminally ill. Spider-Man is essentially his big score before he dies, and he doesn't actually want to kill Peter. He's trying to drag out the hunt as long as possible so that he can savor it. It's implied that Mysterio may have something that can help Kraven, and it's perhaps withholding it until Peter is dead. In a twist, we find out that Mysterio himself has a benefactor, and that benefactor is none other than Norman Osborn, who's been running to be a senator. Kraven, though, still remains on the hunt. We see a brutal final battle between him and Spider-Man. Spider-Man nearly kills Kraven, Kraven tells Mysterio's location, and then Peter defeats Mysterio inside a huge illusion, which does sound exactly like the end of Far From Home. Norman publicly exposes Mysterio and takes credit for clearing Spider-Man's name, which shifts public opinion heavily in his favor. Peter is reunited with his friends and family, and the debacle is over. At the end, and he makes sure to specify this is not a post-credit scene, Peter visits Doctor Strange at the Sanctum, where Strange offers to make the world forget he's Spider-Man. Peter ponders the question and the credits roll. Now this is the part that really made me pause, and I want you guys to think about this. Doctor Strange Benedict Cumberbatch was not confirmed for Spider-Man 3 until only a couple of months ago, and I'm sure if you hang out on the same channels that I do, you've seen all the theories. Yes, there is some comic book precedent for Doctor Strange to help Spider-Man, but those theories didn't pop up until we knew Benedict Cumberbatch was going to be in the movie. This plot leak is over a year old on Reddit and has Benedict Cumberbatch in the film for this very reason. I also think it's an interesting twist. We all assumed that he would offer this sort of we can erase everybody's memory at the beginning of the film when the choice would be easy for Spider-Man. At the end of the film, if you'll notice from what happens during the narrative, all of a sudden everybody embraces Spider-Man and his ego comes into play, and it's not as easy to want the world to forget about you when they're celebrating you rather than when they're all against you. And I think this will play into the future of his narrative going into what should be the second trilogy. Now, the other part of this that also gave me pause was this was over a year old, and since then we've had confirmation from Sony and even the will-be writer on this film that Kraven is something Sony is doing, a Last Hunt, maybe even a two-part series, and it doesn't mean the entirety of the Last Hunt has to play out during Spider-Man 3. Rather, they can introduce him to play into those future Sony movies, and as I've made mention a million times, and as evidenced by Michael Keaton's Vulture showing up in the very first Morbius trailer, Sony is not going to miss a beat to connect all of their universes. They're trying to get this done ASAP, the first opportunity they have, which rest assured, that's exactly what they're going to do here if they introduce Kraven during this film for the future Kraven's Last Hunt 1 or 2-part series. And again, that's coming from the current writer on the film for Sony. Now, as you'll notice, completely absent from this is any mention of a Spiderverse, Tobey Maguire, or Andrew Garfield, and it's probably important to note that that wasn't even an option until real recently. We didn't find out until later in the spring, probably sometime after this was posted, that Marvel was indeed trying to canonize all the old cinematic universes. Again, it might have not even been an option, and I've also said the entire time, if Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire do somehow find their way into a quick cameo in this film, it'll just be that, a quick cameo. I do not think they're breaking off the entirety of the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 3, regardless of what this trailer made it look like. You have to remember, this is the finishing arc for Tom Holland's first trilogy narrative. The movie's going to focus on him, regardless if it nods to the rest of the Spider-Verse. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below with the mention of Kraven, but especially Doctor Strange in the film. And over a year ago, that would have been 2019 when this was posted. What do you think about all this? Do you think that the inclusion of those details maybe means there's some reality to this? And if there is, what do you think about the plot leak and the narrative itself? Does this read like a Spider-Man 3 that you'd want to see, or one that you'd expect? I definitely think the returning of Mysterio, as big an actor as he is, does make sense for the film. Let me know all your thoughts down below, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away this insane 1/4 scale XM Studios Beta Ray Bill, as well as our third and final Infinity Saga box set this month, regardless of the subscriber count, and of course, a PlayStation 5. All you need to do to be entered to win any of the prizes here at the channel, or any of the future prizes, hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning, because it is truly random. Then make sure to hit the notification bell with notifications turned on to keep up with the content, and of course, hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. You can find me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Novellin, or over on Instagram at IamFires. There's links down to the description to both, as well as a link to a brand new track I just released on Impossible Records. You can hear a clip of that song here. Thanks for checking out the channel, guys, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.